Summer 2002. A species of fish not native to Maryland or even North America is found here in the infamous Crofton Pond. The Chana argus, or northern snakehead, was found wreaking havoc on the local environment in the small Maryland pond. The DNR, along with other local environment agencies, attempted to eradicate the species. The snakehead issue seemed to be over, but it was only the beginning of an invasive species attack on the Maryland ecosystem.
You guys are familiar with the Crofton Pond incident?
Yeah, we went and visited yesterday.
Right?
Took some fishing.
The possible eradication of the fish out there. You know, they use roadnone. You know what roadnone is?
No.
It used to be a sampling technique, but it's a poison basically that Dave and others who are certified can apply to waterways and kill a bunch of fish. And historically, biologists used it and dynamite to sample streams, but nowadays they don't do that. It's still used though. They used it in Crofton Pond to try and kill the snakehead out there. When I understand it, it's pretty damn effective. In Arkansas, they used it recently, I think in the past couple of years, to kill some snakehead out there. They were not effective in killing all of the snakehead out there.
It's now 2012, 10 years after the initial snakehead outbreak. Since the inhabitation of the Crofton Pond, they have spread to many other Maryland waters.
They found another snakehead in Crofton Pond. We're not sure. I'm sure it's not a holdover from the 2002 incident. Is that when you guys? A decade ago.
Yeah, it was 2002.
2002. Probably not a holdover, but I'm hoping that someone didn't release it out there. It's possible. But the 2004 is when they first found snakehead in the Potomac River. And since then, the species has spread pretty quickly. It's been less than 10 years now. And from the first occurrences in Doe, in Virginia side of the Potomac River, the species has spread from practically the mouth of the Potomac up to Great Falls, which is a natural barrier to spread further upstream in the Potomac River. They've increased in biomass pretty significantly in the system. Invasive species, they do that. And here recently, we found them in other drainages, Chesapeake Bay, the Patuxent River, which it probably came from the Potomac in that case, and then in the Nanticoke River on the other side of the bay. Those possibly came from some ponds stocked in Delaware. Right now, we're working with USGS to get some genetic information, better determine where these fish came from, whether they actually swam the bay or whether they came from Delaware. So we're looking at that. Now that they're on the Nanticoke, I expect them to spread pretty quickly. There aren't a lot of dams. The elevation is pretty flat. There's a lot of ditches connecting the farms there, so there's a lot of conduits for spread of the species. Less than a month ago, we found one in Blackwater River, and that's not too far from the Nanticoke. You guys are familiar with the Eastern Shore.
Yeah.
So, chances are they're going to spread pretty quickly over there, probably more quickly than they're spreading here. There have been some incidental catches up in the Road River, which is near Annapolis. Not sure where that fish came from. We got a fin clip. We're going to try and do some genetic work. It's possible that anglers, people, are just releasing their fish, which is a problem.
But they are spreading out. For the first 5 years they were in the Potomac, we tried killing everyone we could find, and they were still colonizing the Potomac at 90 river miles a year.
Wow.
So, for instance, we just had a report today that one was caught on the eastern shore in the little chop tank. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but now they're starting to pop up on the eastern shore, and they're starting to pop up on the western shore, going up. So far we haven't had any reports from above the Bay Bridge, but they've pretty much much colonized to the Great Bridge on the western shore, and then they're being found on the eastern shore.
The northern snakehead grows up to 47 inches and can get as heavy as 18 pounds. It gets its name from the flat, scaled head it has, with a large mouth, sharp teeth, and protruding lower jaws. Its elongated dorsal and anal fins give the snakehead a wide range of maneuverability. They also have a special air lung that allows them to absorb oxygen outside of water. The snakehead changes color as they mature. As young fish, they are a gold-tinted brown to a pale gray color. As older fish, they are generally dark brown with large black blotches. Snakeheads spawn up to 5 times a year, and females may lay up to 40,000 eggs a year.
That snakehead can walk across land. That doesn't happen. Usually if an angler tosses a snakehead onto a bank, one or two things are going to happen. Either it'll wriggle its way back down to the waterway, which a lot of fish do, catfish do, gar do, or it's just going to stay there and dry out and die.
Like this one.
They can breathe atmospheric air, so as long as they stay wet, they can stay alive. They might do a little bit. We've had a couple people tell us that they've seen them crossing, but we've never, I've thrown them up on shore before, and all they do is they flop like any other fish. There is a fish called a walking catfish that has large pectoral fins, which are the ones in the front, and they can actually use them to walk from one water body to another. They have, you can kind of see it in here. You see, unlike most fish's regular gills, they have these things, and they can actually absorb oxygen through those into their bloodstream instead of having to absorb it through their gills. So you can actually, you'll see them come up to the surface. If it's real calm, you'll see them come up to the surface, and they'll just come up to the surface, nudge, and get a breath of air. Bow hunting's becoming pretty popular for them, and one of the reasons is because if you sit still, you can see them come up, and they'll do that. But it's just the way the fish has evolved over time.
Usually what we've been asking anglers to do, cut off their heads, or eviscerate them, or pull out their gill arch.
For stomach analysis. Okay.
Dang.
So as you
That's all.
So usually if they get a hold of anything, nothing's coming out. But as it goes down into their esophagus, you can see they have those plates. Now it doesn't want to open. But they have plates, and most fish have those plates. These fish just have teeth on them. That's what, like that walking catfish.
It looks like snakehead are eating a lot of soft ray fishes. They eat yellow perch and white perch. We know that they also eat eel. They also eat some bass. Not many. They eat some bass. And eat a few crayfish. In the latest paper I read from the Points lab indicates that there's a high potential to compete for resources with largemouth bass. We've seen that in some of our own work too. So they're certainly negatively impacting those prey species. They possibly will negatively impact top predators that are competing like largemouth bass. We haven't seen a decline in any fishery that can be attributed to snakehead.
While it is true there are no natural predators for the snakehead,